18 months mortgage free. I've been mortgage free now for 18 months. I'm telling you, it's the best feeling ever. If you're thinking about paying off your mortgage or you want to pay off your mortgage, do it. It's one thing I promise you will never regret. Yeah, maybe you could invest it and make a little bit of money, but that's not guaranteed either. You pay off your house, that's guaranteed. It is the peace of mind that I have gotten from paying off my house is insane. Like I said, it's been 18 months now. My first video here on YouTube was about 6 months ago, and it was a 1-year update on living mortgage free. And it's just, I don't even know what to say. It is an awesome feeling. I mean, I paid off my house in less than 6 years. I bought my house in 2017, paid it off in less than 6 years. Just not having that baggage over my head. I can't even tell you how great it is. I mean, my mortgage was only, was at 4% interest rate. So, a lot of people, will say, you should have invested. You definitely could have got better returns. Look at what the stock market has been doing. Yes. But like I just said, that's not guaranteed. And there's no real peace of mind in the stock market. I think the S&P is up right now like 18% year to date. But it could also go down. And even that 18% doesn't really give you peace of mind. You still just have a 30 or a 25 or a 20-year mortgage sitting over your head. When that is paid off, ooh, yes, it's the best. I'm telling you. My God, just pay it off if you can. I mean, look, I don't make a tremendous amount of money. I make well under 6 figures, well under. I dropped out of school after 9th grade, got a GED, just been a blue-collar worker forever. If I can do it, any of you guys or girls or whatever can do it. I'm telling you, you just put your nose to the ground, live frugal, and that will be paid off. There's no other feeling like it. I mean, like I said, I bought this house in 2017. And back then, it was pre-COVID, obviously. So, house prices hadn't gone through the roof. So my house was $205,000. And granted, maybe not a ton of money, but I don't make a ton of money. And obviously, I made a lot less then. That was a little over 7 years ago. So, didn't get my raises, and I've been promoted once since then. My salary wasn't nearly as much as it is now. But whatever. I bought it for $200,000. I put $100,000 down. How did I save that $100,000? I had sold another house before that, a couple years before I had bought in this house, or at least a year, something like that. And I think I had made 30 grand off of the sale of that house. I took that along with other money that I had been saving when I was living in that house. I think I had about 116 grand in the bank. So when I put $100,000 down, leaving me only 16 grand or 15 grand, I was like, woo, this is a little nervous now. But I wanted to put a big chunk of money down, so my mortgage was very, very cheap. Like I said, I didn't make a tremendous amount of money, so I wanted my mortgage to be cheap, very affordable. My expenses were still low. No credit card debt, don't own any credit cards. I was still putting in 20% in my 401k at that time, and I just kept chugging along. Living frugal all my life just made things a lot easier. Every paycheck, I would just save, put it in my bank. Once I had an additional 10 grand or so, I'd open up another CD, make a little bit of interest. Every little bit counts. But in the end, I put $100,000 down. And then I just kept saving. I would make my payments every month. And then a couple years ago, I think I had about 90 grand in the bank or something like that. And I think my mortgage was like 94 grand. And when I say in the bank, between CDs and in my checking account, 90% of that was in some CDs. And so I started taking money out of the CDs. It was a no penalty CDs. The most my mortgage company would let me send was 25 grand a month. Why there was a limit, I don't know. So I would send about 15 to 20 grand every month. I was paying about $5,000 each time. So I do a week, $5,000, make sure that cleared. Do another $5,000, make sure that cleared. And some months I did 15,000, some months I did 20. And I think even in 1 month I did 10. I was getting a little nervous once my bank account started going down. My final payment when I was looking online was less than my regular payment. So I couldn't make, for whatever reason, I couldn't make my final payment online. So I had to call my bank, was like, hey, I'm trying to make my final payment, but I can't. I said, nope, you got to do a wire transfer. I was like, oh my God, come on. I've been trying to pay this off now for however long. I think it took me about 6, 7 months, something like that, probably a little less. But I was like, oh, great. All right. So I did the wire transfer. I did it all on my phone. I was just wire transfer, sent the wire transfer, and I sent it on a Friday, and it took about Tuesday to actually clear. And finally on Tuesday morning before I was going to work, I was pulled up my app, I was looking at it, and my mortgage account was gone. It wasn't there anymore. It was just poof, gone. I was like, oh my God. I was like so happy, basically almost crying that mortgage is gone. I couldn't believe it. It was just gone. And I waited a couple days, and the bank said, yep. I give them a call, and they, yep, your mortgage is paid off. Within 60 days, you should receive the deed or the trust or whatever it is, saying, yeah, you own the home. So I got that sitting over there in a little thing. But you got to do it. It's the best. I'm telling you. I mean, like I said, I don't make a ton of money. I got a 9th grade education. If I can do it, you can do it. It's just about saving. It's just about your expenses, keeping your expenses low. You know, I'm assuming if you're watching this video and, you know, you probably have done a search or it's been recommended because you've done some searches on paying off your mortgage or living mortgage free. And I'm 18 months now, and I would never change it. I wouldn't go back. If some genie in a bottle said, hey, you could have paid off your house, or we would have given you 10% return on your savings, I would have said, nope, keep your 10%. And I'll pay off my mortgage, even though my mortgage was only somewhere around 4%. 3.9, no, I think it was like 4.1, I don't know, something like that, about 4%. And no, granted, that's definitely the wrong thing to do financially. If I was going to be guaranteed 10% from this genie, and my house was only 4% interest rate, but the peace of mind that comes and that is still here every day from paying off this mortgage is so wonderful. I'm telling you, I just cannot say it enough. It's just wonderful feeling. After paying off my mortgage, when you're paying your mortgage payments, your taxes come out and your insurance usually comes out as well. So you get your mortgage payment, your insurance on your house, and your county or city taxes that are coming out. So after you pay that off, you still got to pay that every year, your insurance on your house and your taxes. So you do got to do some saving or some budgeting to know, all right, my property taxes are coming in at the end of the year, and I need to have $3,000, $3,500, depending on where you live. Where I grew up, my sister, hers is like, I don't know, 10 grand a year or something like that. My mom's was before she moved out to an apartment. She just downsized a year or so ago. And, so you got to budget that in. You got to budget your taxes and budget your insurance on your house. That's one thing I never really thought about while I was paying my mortgage, as those payments were just included in it. So it never really fazed me. But then after it, I was like, oh yeah, I need to make sure I save this money on the side. Just keep extra money in my checking account, so when that time comes, I can just be like, boop, pay it off, gone. Don't have to worry about it. So that's a little thing that's a little aggravating. Once a year I got to pay each thing, and make sure I have enough money. But after paying off my mortgage, I have enough money. I got more than enough money. And also, I talk about early retirement because I'm going to be retiring early next year on this channel. Most of this channel is about early retirement, debt-free. So going into retirement next year with no mortgage, no mortgage, no credit cards, no car payment, no debt, zero. No other payments besides my regular life. So going into retirement, early, especially early retirement, I'm 54 right now. I'll be 55 next year. Going into early retirement with no mortgage. Look at no mortgage, early retirement. And it's so much less stressful. I don't even know if I could. I probably couldn't retire early if I hadn't paid off my mortgage. Maybe, but probably not. I probably wouldn't even be thinking about it. But once I paid off my house, I was like, you know what? I think early retirement is in my future. Also being mortgage free, even if you don't want to fully retire as you get a little older, you can definitely go part-time, especially if you don't have any other bills. If you're debt free like myself and you're just like, you know what? I don't want a full-time job anymore, or I want to try a different job. Just go get a part-time job. Try something different. It gives you freedom to do a lot more. And even if you don't want to retire, you just get the freedom with some more money to go travel, visit family, visit friends, or just take all that money and roll around naked with it. Take all that money and just roll around naked. You're going to have a lot more money, especially if you're living mortgage-free, debt-free, and just your expenses are under control. Do it up now. Just buckle down, save your money, pay off your mortgage. Even if you're just trying to make 2 or 3, 4 extra payments a year. Looking to cut your mortgage down by like 10, 12, 15 years, pay 2, 3, 4 extra payments a year. You can do it. Do it. You'll love it. It's the best. All right, I went rambling on enough about how I'm living mortgage-free, but it's great. 18 months in. I don't know. If I could do it again, I'd do it every day. Hopefully you found this useful and you enjoyed the video. It's just me gloating, being happy, and living mortgage-free. It's the best. I'm telling you, I just love it. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.